Coming up on Network Africa, the African Union backs a plan to push for a collective withdrawal from the International Criminal Court. Forty-one Nigerians have been deported from the United Kingdom for various immigration offences. And Niger's migrant smuggling hub, Agadez, empties after EU crackdown. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Temitope Fagbemi. A plan by many African countries to collectively withdraw from the International Criminal Court has received the backing of the African Union. However, the decision, which was reached by African leaders at the just concluded African Union Summit in Ethiopia, is not legally binding. The continent has 34 signatories to the Rome Statute, the treaty which set up the court. Although Burundi, South Africa have already announced plans to leave the court, several other countries, led by Nigeria and Senegal, strongly support the court. But many African countries believe the ICC unfairly targets Africans. Let's get more on this story from a senior lecturer of history and international relations at the Lagos State University, Dr. Dapo Thomas. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Papa.
So what do you make of the African Union's support for mass withdrawals from the International Criminal Court?
Well, I think it's something that was long. Everybody had anticipated that at a particular point in time, this will be the position of AU. This will be the position of some African countries, but that it's coming from AU is shocking to me, because I do not expect an institution or maybe an international institution like the AU, international body like the AU, to lend credence to atrocities being committed by African leaders by indicating or by adopting this kind of resolution, although it's not binding on all African states. However, I still feel that this should be left to individual states. It shouldn't have been done at that level. So my concern now is that what are we encouraging? Are we allowing a situation where African leaders will now become monsters, taking into consideration the fact that most of them have always engaged in this kind of atrocious killing of innocent souls and everything? So I am not in support of it. I'm not in support of AU as a body taking that decision, but I'm not against any nation that wants to opt out of the system, taking into consideration that at least there must be there must be free exit, free entry. And since they signed, they were signatories to the Rome Statute, they were signatories to the treaty which established the court. So now, I don't know why they are opting out, but if they want to opt out, it should be done at individual level, not at the AU level.
Now, despite the AU's backing for mass withdrawals from the ICC, some countries like Senegal and Nigeria have indicated support for the court and are against pulling out of the ICC. Why do you think Nigeria and Senegal are such loyal supporters of the ICC?
Definitely. That's what I'm saying, that some countries in Africa still feel that they are receiving or they are getting some benefits in terms of respect for human dignity. They are still getting they are getting the necessary benefits in terms of checks and balances as a way of preventing a situation where some leaders will become so dictatorial or go to the level of wickedness or cruelty or criminal tendencies where they will have to be killing innocent citizens of the country. So if Nigeria, Senegal and the third country, if they feel that, look, this thing is still relevant, then it's a way of strengthening their own judicial mechanism. It gives them the opportunity to strengthen their own judicial mechanism so that at the end of the day, you will not have to be deferring, you will not have to be going to ICC. But if your mechanisms, if your judicial mechanisms are not anything near decency, then it shows that there is no other way than for an international body like ICC to still adjudicate over whatever atrocities or whatever problems that may have led to either killing or genocide or war crimes. You know,
now,
so
Dr.
I
Thomas,
feel that there is something. Yes.
Dr. Thomas, the African Union also called for the strengthening of the African Court of Justice and Human Rights so as to enable it deal with war crimes and cases of genocide. But my question is, do you think Africa's justice system is ready at this point to prosecute its erring leaders without fear and bias?
That's what I'm saying. The African judicial mechanisms, the African judicial system has not gotten to the level where you can say, yes, Africa as a continent or Africa as a region has come of age, and in fact it has strengthened its own judicial mechanisms, and there is no way to be deferring to international criminal court. However, as things are now, most African leaders are still the same people dictating the pace of justice. They are still the same people dispensing justice arbitrarily. They are the same people that are castrating the judiciary in their different countries. So how do you now expect justice? What kind of justice do you now expect from a system where the leader is also the person that is controlling the judicial arm of the country? So they still have influence. They have influence. They have overwhelming influence on what goes on in their judicial system. So that is why I still feel that they need to tarry a while, give this ICC it started in 2002, and as at today, only 2 convictions, about 30 indictments, but only 2 convictions